this is a message from your guides reading for the child. So I have 3 crystals here that I've pulled for you, and then I have the same 2 group crystals that I've been pulling for a while now. So my sodalite and my zoazite, throat chakra, third eye. We've obviously got some heart coming in with the green here. I don't know exactly what this chakra, which chakra this stone is associated with, but it has to do with abundance and letting go, allowing the universe to manifest, to respond to you however it will, allowing divine timing, all of those things. I'm not going to get much more into that since I probably have several times now. And then for your crystals, well, I'll show these to you in a minute. I'm going to start with surrounding us in some positive space. So I'm going to do that with my green fluorite here. Okay, so your right side is flowing really well. The left side, I'm feeling a little bit of some blocked energy, but it more feels like a mental kind of thing. It feels almost like you don't see how something is going to unfold or how things will manifest. So you just have to allow. That's what the left side is all about. It's about letting go and allowing, just like the zoazite here that I was mentioning. There is something going on up here with your crown chakra. I'm sure you noticed that like energy that I kind of hit. Usually that's like a block, but I'm not even sure exactly what that was. I feel like maybe actually what I was hitting was some energy that's kind of releasing, but there's something going on. There's something that you're like integrating, something that your guides are doing. I'm not exactly sure what that was, but it was going down way past your head. I don't know if this somehow has something to do with your, no. This is something to do with that DNA stuff that they were talking about in the last reading. There's some more stuff going on with that. And I feel like right now you're kind of gathering some information a little bit, and you're deciding on some things. And then you're kind of seeing how things are going to kind of play out or pan out. But I feel like your guides are really involved with your whole like healing journey and your kind of spiritual awakening and this whole journey and process that you've been going down for a while. But I feel like right now they're stepping in a little bit more intensely in a kind of different way. Or they're even kind of saying unusual way. So in other words, they're kind of stepping in a way that they haven't really before. Like with this DNA stuff and it feels like they're kind of trying to trigger something. So they're kind of stepping in a different way. They're not only releasing things, they're doing some DNA repair, they're activating some different energy centers, your chakras and meridians, they're getting them more aligned. And they're saying like, like the kind of nitty gritty work. So they're more intensely kind of focusing on your aura and focusing on your energy, with all of your bodies, with your energy body, your mental body, your emotional body, but even your physical body too, pretty intensely. And it feels like they want to use your physical body as kind of an outlet or kind of a means to trigger some other things on your awakening process. So it feels like you need to pay attention to what you are feeling or anything that you are aware of. And this can be mental or emotional as well. It doesn't only have to be a physical or an energetic kind of change or thing that you're sensing. It can be emotional. You're in a better mood, or maybe your mood is swinging, or maybe you're reacting to things differently. But it feels like, they're mentioning that could be there, but it feels more positive. Feels like, or at least it will definitely end up more positive. But it feels like it's mostly going to be more positive. Because it does feel like you have cleared a lot of this stuff out. A lot of the stuff that would really bother you. It feels like you're kind of going into another phase where they're doing something else a little bit, and you're going to be taking on some new things and new ideas and kind of new twists. But they're going to be guiding you really intensely every step of the way. And they're definitely doing that. And they're doing that more right now in a kind of different way. It feels like you do have some past life stuff that they're still clearing, but it feels like that doesn't need to be as intense now. Feels like some things can kind of be gotten rid of almost more quickly or dissolved without you having to pay so much heavy attention to them. Because before, it feels more so like if you were going through something, some kind of clearing or some kind of past life regression kind of thing, even if it came up through a reading and it wasn't a regression like you're necessarily remembering it, but almost like regression like you're going into almost the emotional memories of it. Even if consciously you don't exactly know what triggered them, so you're going through some kind of almost like an emotional response to a past life. So they're calling it almost like a regression, almost like an emotional regression. Even if mentally you don't exactly understand what you're going into or what you're emotionally remembering, even this connection with this person that we brought up, that you brought up and your guides brought up during some of the readings, that old connection there, that's definitely broken. That's getting cleared. It doesn't feel like it has to be as heavy or as attached. I also don't feel like you have to have another life with that person. Because it just feels like it was negative, negative attachments, negative karma and things that would come up. Whereas then some people can bring both, or some people can just bring mainly positive. And not that there's not anything positive, you can always learn something, obviously, you can always integrate something. But the point is that this stuff doesn't have to be as heavy now, it feels like. You've released some things, now it feels like you're kind of coming into a lighter state where you can clear things in a different way. And also it feels like observe some changes and start to see some physical results now. Whereas before, you were definitely seeing some emotional healing. you were seeing mental progress, emotional progress, but I feel like you're kind of just starting to see more of the physical things that you're going to start seeing. I still feel like that's going to be kind of a process. So it feels like the beginning of it. Okay, so that is all that your guides have to say for this reading. So thank you very much for another one. Namaste.